So as for a prediction, I mean, guys, what do you think on Source TV? Banny, I'm not talking about Alan, I will tell you that now. It wasn't Alan, but Alan is awesome.
I think someone else got it right. Am I wrong?
No, I don't know. I mean, obviously I do know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say the name of it. So, the map has gone live. Obviously there's the setup time that we're waiting for, but we can talk about which setups they are running. Start with the defensive team, because the attackers can change. Quad is running sniper. Just going to see exactly where he is. He is just sitting on the spot in A, ready to shoot at the door. He's doing the smart thing and not showing his sniper dot on that door. So if anyone peeks through, they might be able to take him down. We do actually have a very nice sticky trap from numlocked sitting on the A capture point, which he won't even be in the point to detonate that. He will just wait to see the times. Oh, no, sorry, Quad missed the shot and he might get chased by a scout. Nah, he's gonna get out fine. And only one scout is going up to A. Has he seen the sticky? He has seen the stickies, but there is a second trap. I'm wondering if he's gonna see that one as he walks through the door. Yeah, he's seen that one as well. Well played, Walters. So A is gonna be taken uncontested, which is standard on this map. We do have a sniper of Greg just sitting over on C, and actually, yeah, I believe he headshot someone. He did, and that's why Gear went down so quickly. It does look like they're suiciding a lot of their players in, just to try and force the Uber out or something. Yeah,
it's not really worked at the moment. I'm just trying to see. Dunc did go down, in fact. I didn't see that. Anyone, did you see that, Arx?
I didn't.
Okay, maybe Comedian caught it. Maybe you can tell us later. That does mean now that they will have that advantage.
Okay, so whoever text me saying I'm watching your stream, Mike seems a natural at casting. Can you tell me who it is, because I don't have your number because I got a new phone. Right, okay, so anyway, yeah. Infused are
the control point is being
well,
tested.
I'm not sure where we're at, Mike.
Well, I was typing a message then, so you caught me out. So it looks like Epsilon are trying to get that B point, in fact. Infused, I have actually come back to this point. They're running heavy. Quad is running heavy. I haven't seen heavy run on this for a while. Quite effective in the past for just putting down pressure more than anything else. He does take a lot of fire though. He's getting focus fire a lot. Well healed. He's still up. Well healed by Dunc. He does get taken down in the end. Infused still back at that back left corner. Soldier of Nox coming up aggressive. Uber has been forced, and they are just going to fall back out of that point very, very quickly. Just waiting for that Uber to run out, and they're going to just move back in a moment. Gear gets taken down, and in the meanwhile, they fell out very, very quickly. I'm just surprised there's still a few battles going on as people try and retreat.
Yeah, the Uber was forced though. The Uber for Epsilon was forced, but they are doing quite a bit of damage with it. They've managed to take down the Demo Man, and if they're not careful, they might get a couple of other players, like this Scout who's getting juggled. He gets taken down. So we do have Epsilon sitting now capturing B. Infused probably not going to be able to go back in for that. They want to, they really want to, because they just it's too early for them to be capping B, but they're going to have to sit and wait on C.
Yeah, Quad's still running heavy as well. He's going to have to go up top. I'm just trying to see if anyone else is running anything interesting. Not right now. So now I'm following the Epsilon team. It looks like they're going to go all the way back round to be coming from A to C instead of the main B to C, as we just saw. As for the Infused team, they do have a sniper of Greg, and they are running heavier squad, so no scouts at the moment. Just trying to see where Dunc is sitting with that Uber, sitting up top as well, onto the actual cap point near enough. Demo spamming down. It may have been called, you know. It has been called. Both Ubers have been triggered. Sorry, I was looking far ahead. Well played by Quad, putting a lot of spam. They are actually into the main area now, and it's F2 taking a lot of hits there. He's very, very weak. He probably will get taken down. He does get taken down. There was a scout that got up top, but he got taken down as well. Well held, Infused, and that's sort of the first battle to Infused. Walters was still running around causing some trouble, but he did get taken down as well. So, as I was saying, Arx, Infused won that one.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they kept their heavy alive, and the damage dealers went down a little too early. I mean, by the damage dealers, I mean the spamming classes, demo man, soldiers and such. So it was always going to go quite badly for them. I mean, on that tower, scouts are pretty effective against the heavy as long as they can get up. And yeah, they just lost their heavy classes too early. Not enough damage going out on that heavy. So they're going to get to try again. It's not too late on in the game. It's still a very doable time. They're not going to be thinking, oh, we need to really get in. They've still kept their heads together and thinking, okay, we'll just build and go for another push. They've got that now, so in they go. Crits has come in.
Yeah,
but however, Infused do have their Uber, but a spy of Schocky comes behind him, takes down dunc, so there goes that Uber. And actually, that was very lucky for them, because if they had have Ubered as soon as they saw that crits, that spy wouldn't have got the kill. But actually, Infused going to be in a bit of trouble now. They do have a pyro sitting up on top of the point, but a soldier jumps up now. He's getting shotgunned. The pyro does go down, and there's only 2 players alive. 3 players up on the tower. 1 soldier of Flisko, too weak to jump up. He gets taken down. Just having a look if numlocked's going to actually get up and stop anything up there. He's knocked the soldier down. Great play from numlocked and quad here. Numlocked also takes down Randa, and Epsilon losing players like crazy here. They've got a scout up on the point who's taking down numlocked. Soldiers also jumped up there. This is a bit crazy. Schocky's still on that tower. He's just unkillable right now. Jumps up, takes down numlocked with 1 shot. Is he going to get quad as well? No, he doesn't. Quad takes him down, and Infused are going to hold.
What's a hold by Infused? What a hold. That's probably one of the best holds I've ever seen. From losing your medic against crits when he had the Uber, he dropped the Uber in fact. We haven't said that much tonight. And now though, we're seeing Epsilon come back in with the fastest, faster spawns I guess. Heavy's running up top. Quad will not get up there. Gonna get the point this time. But that extra 30 seconds that gave them may be the decider. So it's going to be 5 minutes and 45 seconds. I can't see it because of my HUD. 5 minutes and 45 seconds of time to beat for Infused. Interesting.
Yeah, they had a great push there. I mean, we were still obviously talking about the last one because it was a bit crazy, but they just got so many players up on that point so quickly that pretty much the only one who was going to get up there was numlocked, and he jumped up, did a good job, but when he shot his pipe, it kind of did almost a pipe jump off of another player's head, which caused him to not stay up there and buy the time for his team. So it's a good time. It's definitely a beatable time, but it is still good. So yeah, we will be seeing how Epsilon can defend.
We haven't seen, I mean, needless to say, Gravelpit is not one of my personal favourite maps, but we haven't seen one of those 3-minute times in a long time, and it'd be interesting to see if Infused can pull something out of the bag. Let's see if Epsilon are running anything interesting. They are running NG. SG will be over on that B point, no doubts, and it's actually sitting on the small med pack on the right side. Interesting to see if it'd be called, especially if they come from the tunnel from B into, sorry, A into B, the tunnel way, instead of going all the way back through spawn or going through C. So they're just going to get that A point as quickly as they can, staying as a unit, which we have seen Infused do throughout tonight. Very well, in fact.
Hang on, we need to really get a hold of the Epsilon players or someone, because the time limit on the server, the map will actually end in about probably 30 seconds for them.
It may have already ended, Keith. This is Source TV delay.
Yeah, I know. Well, 90 seconds, yeah, actually it would have ended now, but surely the stream would get cut off. Hopefully someone has fixed it by then, because they've forgotten to set the time limit. But actually, that SG that's sitting on that that front thing, I think it's a temporary solution just to stop these suiciding players, like that soldier who's jumped up and just nearly got taken down. I'm sure he'll move that when it starts to get damaged a lot. But a scout's come up behind him. Oh, the engineer was actually Ubered then. And the Infused push, it's just not working for them.
Yeah, I think that was, Keith, actually, in fact, that was just a push to get the Uber out. Dunc didn't even go with them. Dunc's got his Uber. He stayed back and got their Uber out. So now they have a good, 20 seconds to get in really quickly. As that unit, they're all up. And here we go. So they know where that SG is now. Are we going to see Mike go up on top again? Probably not. They need to put some spam down onto that SG and get it down, and then we can see some more players flying in. So here we go. Dunc's now into the point with numlocked. Quad gets taken down by Sniper. That was probably top left. SG has been called, been focused out. Uber hasn't still been triggered. SG's down. Uber's still there for Dunc. F2 does have his now. Uber's actually triggered really exactly the same time. no one had the advantage there. Just trying to see what else is going on. Dunc's actually got a demo man behind him. Hopefully that's being called, otherwise he's in big trouble. Scout onto Dunc as well. That's definitely being called. He does get taken down. Infused doesn't look like it's going to work out right now. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 at the moment, and it's going to be 3-on-1. 3-on-1 versus Flisko, and he gets taken down. So Infused running out of time. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to get 2 points.
Yeah, the thing is they need to really keep their heads, because 3 minutes 12 seconds or whatever is actually quite a lot of time on this map. I mean, about that, they did force out the Uber, but I mean, you need at least a 50% advantage if you're going to make that push, because what Epsilon did was smart. They went up the top, and had they needed to, they would have just falled out of the point, and even if Infused sat all of their players on the point, they could still come back in with their Uber and have an Uber versus Uber fight and block it in time, because of how long it takes to cap that point. So now the SG does go down. Infused obviously back in the point again. We do have Flisko sitting on top of the roof. And Epsilon actually, are they opting to fall back? I mean, they got pressured out a lot. They did lose a scout, but it's a little bit of an odd decision. They're going to find it hard to get back in again if they do want to try and contest that. And no, they're definitely setting up to hold on C.
No, they're defending, yeah, I was going to say, not going in. And Infused look like they're ready to push up top already. There's just a scout and probably, oh, it must be a sniper on there. Yeah, it is a sniper. And now they are front, or top left already. That's been called. That has been called. An Uber has been triggered. One of the soldiers went flying. That wasn't on purpose. He gets taken down. That was Mike. And that's a failed push by Infused. They're going to have to fall back. Most important there, they did get the Epsilon Uber out as well. So it's going to be a pretty even fight who to build it first. Dunc's going to have a slight advantage.
Epsilon, numlocked.
Yeah, numlocked got isolated there. I was going to say, Epsilon put in a lot of spam once we got isolated. Dunc got taken down. That's disastrous for Infused there. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Dunc's going to spawn in a couple of seconds. They're going to get one more try at this. Are we going to see crits? That might give them 2 tries. Yeah, we are going to see crits. Dunc's gone crits. That was probably one of the only choices they had, Arx.
Yeah, it's obviously quite a common strategy now. The idea behind this push is that they're going to build up crits as quickly as possible, use that crits to get that Uber out, fall out again, and then obviously build it up quickly again, then push back in and go for the kill. Now the problem is that they're playing, time is really against them if they're going to try that. I mean, they've just got it now, so they need to be going, and actually they're going to struggle to get that second crits. But at least if they could get the Uber out, then maybe they can be on an even fight again. In comes the crits, takes down the medic. F2 gets taken down by an amazing long-range sticky. And now that's put Infused in the driving seat. Demo Man goes up on top now. Well, Scout's gone up on top. There is a heavy up. The heavy gets taken down. And now we do have the Scout of Fifi trying to get up there. Infused are winning this. They've still got to deal with one soldier up on the point. We've got Gear gets taken down. Only the Demo Man coming up now. He gets taken down by the Scouts. And Infused, 33 seconds left on the clock, managed to take that round. So 1-0.
Crits coming through again for Infused, as we saw against Ignitas the other day. As we were saying, I thought they were personally not going to make that work because they would have run out of time. But that does mean Infused do take that first round, and we've got another one coming up. This time Infused on the attack first. It would have been nice to see, you know, them maybe try something else, you know, instead of the standard, you know, let's go to A, let's go to B, let's do C, you know. It must be like, when did that pattern get set? Like years ago? I don't understand what. It was
set years ago because it just, you realise actually B's a lot easier to hold than A, and if you spread your forces too thin, then they'll just come and clean up one side of your team and then come clean up the other side. So it makes a lot of sense for it, but then every team seems to try their own little, leave something on A to catch a couple of players off guard or just slow their time down a little bit. Sometimes you get crazy little pushes like a Crits Krieg set up on A, but then it's kind of risky because they could just Uber through and kill your team, or they could all go B and take the easier point first. So Gravelpit can be, it's normally played in the same fashion. Infused sending actually most of their team round towards A. Their medic's also coming out of the spawn, at least up to the walkway. Yeah, he's going back in the spawn, so this is going to be a bit of a suicide push for them. They are sending everyone actually up into A. Maybe their medic will come out and join them once it's been capped, just because that means there's no risk for him.
Yeah, they did that earlier on actually, just waiting to see if anyone can force out that Uber of F2. Let's just see where Mike is right now. He's actually just obviously with the rest of the team. They're actually going back through spawn almost to rejoin Dunc, obviously because he's the only one that can't get back up. They're all just going for a resplite. They're running heavy. So Flisko's running heavy, trying something different, which is good. It
might just
their
because
sniper.
Yeah, it might just be because he didn't find himself effective, and actually he's running on his own. Maybe it's a bit of a distraction, and numlocked has jumped all the way round. He's forced out the Uber, so that's obviously what they were trying to do with it, and the heavy is pretty good at taking a lot of the spam damage, so I'm just trying to have a look. Dunc, yeah, he is still alive. I couldn't find him, he was hiding in the respawn.
Yeah, he didn't go with him.
Now here's the thing, look at the percentage, okay? They're at 25%. This is Epsilon, by the way. If they get to around 50, I feel it's already too late unless they can kill that medic, and even that's going to be very hard. So Infused now should be pushing. They are coming out of the respawn now. We've already hit 50%, so if Epsilon is smart, then hardly any of their players will die. That SG buys a little more time. Epsilon on 75% Uber now, and while Infused are doing the push, Epsilon are going to have their Uber in time. So even if you get all of the Infused players over on that capture point, Epsilon are going to have it and just come straight back in again. So now they've got their Uber, they should be making their way back into B, and actually we've got the Infused combo did come up to greet them and are going to try and sticky them out of the point, but here they go. Now there's the Uber battle. B's only slightly capped. Just having a look to see if any players, they're both actually round opposite sides of the house, so this is going to be a very big deathmatch orientated battle here. I'm just following Gear at the moment, trying to fight up against numlocked. He's not doing great, he does actually crater, and Infused, in fact it's very even, but Dunc is crucially still alive. They need him down. Dunc's very low on health, sitting behind a couple of quad pistols. Is it quad? No, it's Stefan. If it was quad, that medic definitely would have gone down. They're still trying to get him down, and actually, he's the only one alive. Only a weak Dunc is sitting over on the point, and he does manage to live.
Yeah, that was insane. Dunc probably well played to him, dancing around the rocks there, kept his soldier alive as well as long as he could. That did mean that scouts could get back onto the point. Greg takes down Waters with 2 meat shots there. They're very, very nice. As well noticed by Keith as well, they're actually that they were just too late pushing in. This is not the first time they've tried it on this match to force the Uber, wait for the rebuild, while they're rebuilding, push back in before they have it, but they failed again. They do have again another slight advantage at 30%. Whether they actually know that will be interesting. Let's see if Mike goes aggressive again. So let's just see now. He's jumped up straight away to get that soldier off the top of the point. He's flying after the medic. Just a little bit of distraction. That does make a lot of focus fire come onto him. There's people on point. People are going to have to go up and stop that. Heavy of Waters running up. They have Ubered now. They have Ubered. So Epsi have Ubered as well. Infused, not this time. Not this time. They haven't managed to fall this time.
I couldn't...
Still... Go on, Keith, sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't see that working for them. They had so many players on the point, but we did have Randa in such a strong position just below the point there, spamming stickies up. Everything on that point probably took about 70 to 100 damage from Randa. So they were just far too weak once they got on there. I mean, that's how Epsilon did do their final push. They got a lot of players up on the point, and maybe they took that into account and said, hey, that was quite effective for them, maybe it'll work for us. But yeah, Randa was just in too good a position, and it wasn't going to happen for them.
Yeah, interesting enough, Dunc is running crits again. I was going to say it's building so fast again. It's quite to notice. If Quad gets taken down, that's probably one of the most aggressive players of the team. Whether that's being called or not, they're going to go lower left. So I'm following Dunc right now. He's coming lower left with crits. Crits have been triggered very early. Very early, too late. No hit on the medic. So they're going to lose that battle. Numlocked and Dunc go down. It's actually only Greg floating around who's trying to focus onto Randa. Randa takes him out. Flisko going to try and jump up, taken down by the heavy. Infused losing too many players again. They're not going to work this time. Time is going against them really.
Yeah, it's not going to work if the medic dies without that crits, because the Uber's going to build at pretty much the same time as the crits with that downtime of the medic. So that push basically just lost them about 1 minute and 20 seconds off their time. Of course, you know, pushes can fail and it happens like that, but it does look like they're gearing up to do, at least see if they can gain some entry into the point for free. And there's a scout running up onto the point. He has been called. Greg is sitting down the bottom actually. Nah, he's definitely been called. Definitely been called.
F2 down, F2 down. Sorry, Arx. Quad took down F2, so that's going to prompt the push very, very quickly. Is if they can keep players up. Infused losing a couple players there. They need to keep players up, and here they come on the left side of the point. Greg gets taken down. Uber's triggered really early. It doesn't matter because there's nothing to contest that. Randa gets taken down as well. There's a soldier behind. Soldier and Demo up on point. And Gears up top as well. He's gone up to try and get him. It's going to be a nice deathmatch and battle here. It's only Dunc left. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, Arx.
Well, see, I was going to say that Infused had 2 chances, but hold that thought. It's not over yet. There's still a scout up on the point. He does manage to take down 2. Oh, Schocky, very weak up there, but he has got a medic. There is Greg just trying to get down. He got meat shotted as he was coming up there. Yeah, as I was going to say, Infused had 2 options there. They had 4 players alive. Epsilon had about 4 players alive, but no medic. And Infused had the Uber. So their choices were push in with 4 and just hope our respawns get there in time, or we can just do enough with the Uber. Or they could have waited for their full team and there'd be an Uber push versus a nothing push. I actually thought that they made the right decision, just the execution didn't really work out for them. I feel that if they had that chance, they should have just gone for it. Now what will be an incorrect decision is if they decide to push in now. They need, they are setting the time here, so all they've got... Oh, and in fact the Uber's been forced from F2. They're going to try and push quite aggressively. Infused just sitting by the doorway. Knox did try to go for a jump round, but a sticky trap pushed him away so he couldn't get anywhere near the medic. And so, yeah, Infused are going to have their Uber now.
Yeah, this is going to be a second chance for Infused now. Actually, in fact, Quad and flisko going down, so that's one of the damage dealers, one of the soldiers there. The other was the sniper, so not too bad. He gets taken down in the end by Greg. Infused, are they going to hang around? I'm just wondering if they're going to hang around. They're actually going to try a different approach this time. They're going to go from B into C. Again, a little bit of time lost. That's giving Epsilon. Yeah, they're giving Epsilon the chance to rebuild, which is interesting. Did they not know they had that advantage?
I mean, the Uber timings on this suggest to me that Infused pushing now, Epsilon are going to be able to get onto the Spire with their Ubered combo to block it, but Epsilon losing their heavy up on the point, and there's a lot of time up there. They need to get up. There's the Uber. They are going to be running up onto this point now, and they have got a couple of Ubered players floating around there, and this is another failed push from Infused. They still do have a weak mic, not anymore. He was sitting on the Spire, and just the Greg, who's probably fell back to join the rest of his team. So yeah, I'm not sure if the different approach was the best choice for them there.
It was, it's like you said before, that it's just delayed. They had that advantage again, and then it's delayed. I mean, Dunc's gone crits again. It seems like to me they're running out of ideas.
Frustrations are going to be building, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Gravelpit, but I mean, it's hard when you're setting on the time. They do need to win. Well, in fact, what are we talking about? Infused won the first one, didn't they? So this might actually go best of 3. At this rate, looking like best of 3, assuming that they don't hold Epsilon.
No,
so
didn't Epsilon win the first one? No.
No, it was Infused,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Infused.
Sorry, my bad. It comes crit.
Force. Go on, Keith, go on.
Yeah, okay, so the Ubers now, are they going to be chasing them out? It might be a bit of a mistake. The crits combo has run around all the way the other way, but in fact Knox does jump around and manage to get Dunc. There is a scout sitting up on the Spire. Soldiers come up to greet him. 2 soldiers jumped up to greet him up there. And yeah, this isn't really working. Greg's going to try and do his best up on the Spire. He gets taken down with a little effect. Oh, everyone's just jumping up now. See, now this is the problem. There's 2 minutes 50 seconds left to cap this, otherwise they're left with a tough decision. They didn't send all of their players to A at the start, so they might be able to just beat their time. I think that's how it works anyway. But this is where it's going to get frustrating for them, because some individual players are going to want to just go in and get things done quickly, when the ideal situation really is just to keep their heads and go for the push. They've got time for 2 solid pushes, 3 if they're using crits. I haven't checked. Now they're going for an Uber push. So they've got 2 solid pushes still, and they just need to cap this and then worry about what time they set later when they're defending.
Yeah, that's it really. They just need to hold them, because obviously this one's probably gone now, and they will know that as well. Does mean that they will have to hold them out, Epsilon that is, as long as they can. And here we go, so they're trying, Heavy's putting down pressure onto the point. Uber was triggered so early. That's not going to help Infused there. They're really stuck in that corner, and Epsilon playing really well, keeping them tucked in there. That's going to be another failed push by Infused. They're losing too many players here. just trying to see where, in fact, Dunc went to. Dunc actually managed to get away. He's on his own at the moment. Mike's very weak. Don't know where he is. Greg is floating around by the B to C area. Mike gets taken down in the end. So they have 1 minute and 20 seconds to make sure this doesn't time out on them.
Yeah, it's a beautiful strategy by Epsilon here because they've got their heavy up on the point, up on top of the tower. If their combo can push forward and force their Uber out, that's the crucial thing. If they can get and force that Uber out, then they've already won that. And as there's not a chance that Infused are going to be able to push in. Oh, Quad actually takes down Gear and is still sniping, but 60 seconds left. Yeah, so anyway, it does look like Infused are going to be pushing from the right side if you're looking from the defender's point of view. With all of their players there, and that heavy's still sitting up on the point. They have got the Uber, so they really need to go in now. Not waste any more time. There's a scout sitting on there. Heavy goes down to a combination of Quad and Greg, scout and sniper. Soldier's jumped up to try and block it. He's got, and the demo's up there. He's got a few stickies up there. This is a bit of a crazy death match. We do have a scout going up on the spy, fighting the demo man. He gets taken down. Great stickies there by Randa, and Infused aren't going to manage to capture this C point. Epsilon are going to be feeling tremendous about this right now, and well, this is going to make for a very interesting second part of this round, considering the times that have been set.
Yeah, so it was 3 minutes for 2 points. I'd still obviously favour Epsilon to get it on the third point. I don't expect them to beat the 2 minute point. Sorry, the 2 point set. But we will see over time, because there's still movement on the point, and that runs out very, very quickly. So here we have it. So Epsilon hold their third point. So it will be Epsilon's chance to get 2 points within 3 minutes and 7 seconds, or 3 points until the time runs out. I think we're going to see this go to a decider, Arx.
Yes, it very well could be. Just on a side note, I found out who the mystery caller was.
Yep.
It was Big Wang Ashby. Not my words, his. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he says you're a lot more pro than me, which I would agree. I would agree. It's a fair comment.
You show me too much love. Either way, if you have just joined us, anyway, VanillaTV, I'll do the pro bit. Come on. VanillaTV, this is the second map. The first map was Granary, finished 3-all, 4-3 after Golden Cap. And that Golden Cap went in favour Epsilon. So actually, in fact, Epsilon are winning this at the moment. And if you have just missed us again, missed the first round which Infused took, Epsilon have just held the first stage of the second round, if that you get me. Okay, so this is now the second time Epsilon are attacking.
Yep, sorry, just reloading my HUD. Right, okay. So Epsilon, just finding where their players are. They've got one scout over on E. On A. Thinking of Battlefield there. Okay, so we do have Infused sitting defending B, which is very common, very common. Two soldiers actually going round to C. I think they're trying the suicide approach here. One of them's almost half health there. There is a nice sticky trap which might catch one of them off guard. He's missed the det though. Numlocked had one set up, and Gear is in the point. He's been called. He got absolutely obliterated from 3 different directions. Knox, on the other hand, does manage to take down Numlocked before going down himself. Don't know if that's going to play too big a role in there. And in fact, Randa also goes down. So yeah, Numlocked will get back in time. Schocky also goes down a bit late. I think if you're doing the suicide push, you need all of your players to die early, because otherwise you've got to wait for the last player, or at least wait for the majority of them. And now wltrs has gone down as well, really late. So it's just going to delay their push, because they're not going to want to push until they've got all of their players. Fair enough, it is scouts, and actually, is this lag or a pause?
It's a pause. Amazing.
Okay, it was just because of the source TV. I couldn't see any text scrolling, so I was wondering if I was still talking.
Yeah, another pause, so obviously someone may have dropped. We'll find out who that. So here we go, we're going to see the drops in a moment. We can probably see what happened just before the crash. As we see Epsilon trying to come into that second point now. I'm not really sure what happens. wltrs gets taken down. Yeah, wltrs got taken down by Greg. And in fact, Epsilon Uber was forced very, very early. It doesn't look like much is going on for Epsilon at the moment. F2 just falling back.
Sneaky heavy though of Schocky. He did get tagged actually by Quad there. But he was behind the rocks. It did look like he was in a good position to maybe pick the medic or something. But yeah, it was good reactions from actually numlocked and then quad getting the finishing hit. And numlocked didn't even get an assist for that. Oh well, didn't. Right, so okay.
Yeah, we're waiting for the drop. Yeah. This way it drops. It's dropped now. So if you're wondering why F2 probably isn't moving, he's dropped. So you're going to see him disappear in a moment and reappear because that's due to source TV delay. Right. So let's just see what happened as we wait for the drop to carry on.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
The needless to say though, yeah, needless to say, so here we go. Needless to say, Epsilon really looking favourites to take this after they held Infused all the way through. As Quad and F2 just rejoin and we get back underway properly. So, do you think it's something Infused are doing incorrect, Arx, or do you just thought it was just the luck of the draw, which Gravelpit usually is?
I mean, I think their pushes weren't too convincing, but I think actually it was Epsilon's defense was really, really strong. The timings were off with their pushes, but to be honest, I don't think that would have mattered. Epsilon were just very, very strong at defending it. So, yeah, I'd say if any of the other teams also play them on that, they'd probably struggle with the C push. But then Gravelpit is quite luck of the draw, really. One small mistake and it can cost you.
Yeah, I've always found that Gravelpit's quite harsh on some teams. I mean, we've been the winners of like ridiculous 2-minute 30 times and losers to 2-minute 30 times as well. So, needless to say, that says it all, really. So, yeah. Epsilon now looking to just get 3 points for the win. They still haven't got that second point, so Infused obviously not going to sit back until they've got that. Still, Quad actually opting for the heavy instead of running engineer, which is interesting. Epsilon were running engineer on the second point. Well, I say second point, I mean B, as we were talking about. Way it usually goes.
Epsilon at the moment, 2 snipers. Are they desperately trying to get down the other sniper? I'm just having an eye. It's a sniper and a spy now. I guess they've changed. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with them. But they are running that sniper. He's had a lot of pressure put on him by the demo man. He's getting healed up and going to go for another shot. Numlocked needs to be a bit careful that he doesn't get picked by him. And we do have a spy. I'm just trying to find where he currently is. He is up near the C entrance, going behind the sniper, and he gets the sniper and retreats. Manages to get out as well, so he's still going to be a bit of a nuisance back there. They've obviously got to be aware of him. Sniper's now peeking around the corner for Epsilon. wltrs gets behind the rocks, but the demo man's seen him, tagged him twice with a sticky and is chasing him down a little bit. He does also manage to escape. Meanwhile, the Ubers have been forced. No, not forced, they've been popped. And we're in the middle of a deathmatch battle. Heavy sitting up on B. Just trying to see if he can actually do anything.
Yeah, he's not really doing much more. He's going to come around that corner. A little bit on his own at the moment, Quad. Might be focused out. He does get taken down by the sniper in the end, and Infused obviously going to lose that B point. They will be obviously wanting to try and hold out C. Whether they can do it, we will find out very shortly. F2 though has a huge Uber advantage on dunc. We will see them push through very, very quickly and probably take us to best of 3.
Yeah, look, Infused actually look like they want to try and defend this and block this. I mean, they had to push through a choke. They have managed to force out the Uber. Are they going to try and save that? But is that really going to do any good? Are they going to push out from C if they do fall back and try and hold that? No, they are coming back in. They are committing to this push, at least for now. It does though mean that dunc does go down. He would have gone down to a spy anyway. And they're not actually going to get the block on this. Heavy of Quad sitting up top as a heavy, very weak. But, I mean, we've got gear capping the point. So it's a bit of an even trade. The respawn times are favouring Epsilon, but I think I don't think they're just going to push him without Uber. So, to be honest, it didn't really do them any favours, but I can't see it doing them too much harm.
Yeah, there's a scout on the tower at the moment. It's actually wltrs who's trying to get down onto the medic. He is taken down. Soldier goes up top. Actually, it's the soldier up top on his own. He gets taken down as well by flisko as he comes up. Dunc's on his own at the moment. Was he running crits? I thought dunc was running crits. No, he isn't. He's running medigun, I was going to say. Blimey. But just trying to see where some of the other FC players are at the moment. So Stefan's still running Spy at the lower right corner if you're looking for the defender's point of view. Be interesting to see if he gets any stabs on anyone as he comes out. They probably would have forgotten it by now. Quad running heavy up top again. Sniper for Greg as well, so no scouts again for the Infused team. As Epsilon come in now at the back right corner, Dunc gets taken down. I must have missed that. He was in the back right corner building that Uber. So now surely Epsilon just going to walk up this point, even though they've got a lot of players really weak at the moment. A lot of deathmatch battles. There's only Knox up top on his own. Knox up top on his tone times. One of the points. Soldier goes up. Both players going down, and it's just going to be a scout up there. It's going to be Walters that caps it.
Yeah,
and
there's two scouts up there.
The other scout's going to join him. So there we go. It's going to be going to the final round. Saying GG. I was going to say there is another attack and defend. Blimey, I was going to say.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So technically we're on a golden cap. Then is what you'd kind of call it. I guess it's the Gravelpit equivalent. We're going on to round 3. I've always wondered how this works because of, you know, attack and defend, and you technically get an advantage by setting the time because you know exactly how long you need to defend each point for.
I reckon they should do heavy fist battles to see who attacks first.
They really should, because they Schocky's even said heavy round for the specs. Well, actually we don't think it's for the specs. I think it should just be decided.
No, it's for fairness. It's fairness.
I mean, what they're saying, I think, is correct. The home team, whichever team is first, in the fixture, whichever team is considered to be the one on the left-hand side gets to pick, or whatever it is. But I think a heavy round would have been a better decider, because then it's not just, you know, which players are, well, which team's on the left of the fixtures page. It should be a little element of skill, as stupid as it is.
Well, I think heavy rounds are really fun actually, but yeah, and it's
we could have even done a speed round for a heavy fight.
We could have actually.
Like,
that would have been really
they've
hilarious.
ruined it for all of them, for all of the spectators and for us.
Either way, they have swapped, so it looks like Infused are going to defend first. They obviously prefer to attack. Whether they can actually do it again. Actually, you know, from the first round we saw them actually hold Epsilon to a, was it 5 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that? Was it a little bit more?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Either way, is this live?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, they obviously didn't bother restarting. It doesn't really matter because they didn't build an SG anyway, Infused, so they didn't lose anything out by that. So Epsilon not running, neither team running anything different to where they were before. Quad sitting up top left as heavy. It's probably the noticeable point so far. And Greg only one on A. He gets taken down, and now they're going to recap that. F2's actually stayed in spawn as well, so that just copying a little bit what Dunc was doing earlier. I imagine the heavies will come back and join him after they've got that A point, but opting to have two scouts on there, making their way through to C. Actually, it's actually Knox. Flisko gets taken down. It's going to be Knox, who's actually isolated on his own. He's going to try and face up to the heavy. I'm still following Knox at the moment. Has been called into the medic. Forced Uber. So well played to Knox. And there we go. So now can Epsilon do what Infused couldn't and actually get in before Infused rebuild theirs?
Yeah, see, that was a bit tragic really from Infused there. They saw the players coming in, and I mean, fair enough, they didn't see if one went left or one went right or if they fell back, but the medic was standing in a place that just was not safe. He was right in the corner next to the doorway. You really need someone in between where the soldier's coming from.
But why didn't Quad call it? Quad should have called it.
Right, here we go. We've got the Epsilon players have moved in, got a few kills. Now they need to be getting time on the point because Infused are going to get their Uber back. Now if they have a significant amount of time on the point, it might be too risky for Infused to come in and try and block it with their Uber. Because if that fails, then Epsilon will cap B and go straight on to C. So this is the thing, they pushed in before that 50% Uber. And Epsilon, Infused even, they're looking to come out and try and defend that. But look at the amount of time that they've got on it. They need to be moving now, and they're probably moving a bit earlier than they really would have wanted to. So now this is going to come up with well, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Uber was forced as well, so I'm just trying to see where the rest of the Epsilon team have. They did not get B. Sorry, they were really close actually. They are not, did not get B. And Infused building fast, really fast. F2's going to have it a long time before. I'm just trying to see where they are. They're up top again from C to B. Are we going to see Knox go aggressive onto dunc? We surely a bit of a failed jump. He's on focused onto Soldier. Down goes the Soldier. I'm still following Knox at the moment.
Infused are in an awful position. An absolutely awful position there. Dunc goes down. It was such a great switch around by Epsilon. They got all the way behind them at C, and then they moved all the way behind the rocks, and well, they were just in an awful position. Now look, they've captured B in a few seconds, apart from the fact that Quad's taking down a couple of the players with his sniper rifle. But they've already captured B. The medic's not spawned yet, not even spawned. And they might even just go straight for this. There is a pyro sitting up top, on top of the point. Are they going to go in? It's a bit risky for their medic, but they look like they at least want to kill some of the players, ready for when their Uber's here. Medic is going to escape by the looks of it, and save his demo man with him. So they're not actually going to get in and push here, but they do have 60% Uber, 30% advantage. So when they do push, I mean Epsilon, I believe they're going to push as they get their Uber.
Yeah, they've been. It seems to be a little bit more cohesion when they've got that Uber to push through quickly. On 90% now, I'm just trying to see whereabouts they're going. So they're going to go on the right side again from the defender's point of view. Are they going down the stairs? No, they're not. Is Uber going to be triggered? It's been called. It would have been called. In come the stickies, pipes. Rocket's been blown away. Up goes Knox. He's going to get focused by the heavy. He's very, very weak. Uber is now triggered. Pyro's up top actually blows him back down as well. So both Ubers triggered. It's going to be death matching on top again. Was that? Yeah, that was random, just flying away. Still Pyro deflecting those rockets. Well played to Greg. Well played. It's kept them down at the moment. And Epsilon, it's their turn to lose a lot of players this time. And Infused holding on.
Yeah, the Uber advantage didn't work for them that time, but they have kept their medic alive, whereas dunc did go down. So now 50% Uber and dunc's only just spawning. I'm not even sure if he's got a player waiting for him. Yeah, he did. He had a player in the spawn. So Epsilon building perfectly. They are going to have their Uber quite soon. They've actually, their medic went so far back just because to keep himself out of danger. Now they're moving forward 95%. They're in. They go. They might probably Uber through the door, but there's a lot of stickies. They are delaying it a little bit, but they realise they've got the time to spare. Bearing in mind they had a 50% advantage, so now they're switching round. They pop their Uber, and in they go.
Yeah, Infused coming in again. Sorry, Epsilon coming in again. Dunc went down again. It does mean that if F2 can escape, they will have another advantage. He doesn't this time. And he's down. It's Scout on the tower though. Has he been called? It's going to be Stefan versus... Is that Mike up top? Mike comes out on top. Well played, Mike. Greg was up there as well. Infused holding on again. Still time in favour of Infused. This is exactly what they wanted. Maybe they preferred defending first. They seem to be slightly different this time. They're playing well.
But the thing is, by defending first, it's... I mean, they've just got to try and hold on for as long as they can. They're not going to be... I think it's not so much that they prefer defending first, they just prefer defending in general, because the time is not down to them. I mean, obviously they need to hold for a certain amount of time, but they've held for a decent amount of time already, so the rest of it is just bonus time, really. So as they're going to be pushing in, by the way, F2 does have crits. I've just managed to notice that, and... well, at least I think I saw crits. I only flew past him briefly. In comes the crit sticky. Didn't manage to take out even the pyro, or well, they finally managed to get a soldier here. But dunc reasonably safe for now. He's had to pop his Uber. That must have been called, so F2's probably going to back up a little bit before that demo man gets a couple of stickies on him. And yeah, he has fallen out of the point, at least for now. Ooh, he thought he took a bit of damage then, but no, my screen just bugged or something. Numlocked is going around to try and chase that demo man, chase the medic down, but the medic is well out of there. He's not going to get anything on him. And Mike also trying to have a go, realising the situation. Now what Infused really needs to do is get a sticky trap set up, really, ready for when that crits comes in. But Mike goes down, and that's not going to be good, considering he's not going to spawn before that crits creep comes in. So, yeah,
they're not hanging around. They're not hanging around. They're coming in straight away. A little bit slow again. We were talking about this the other day. So let's see if they can do it this time. Oh, Heavy's up there. They nearly need to focus that Heavy down. He isn't gone down, numlock's gone down, flisko's gone down, dunc's gone down. This could be trouble for Infused this time. 4 players down, 5 players down, loads of up top. And there we go, the time to beat is going to be 6 minutes and 56 seconds. Let's see if Infused can do what they did last time and bring it home under 6 minutes. Interesting. Just trying to see if Epsilon are running anything different. They're still running Engineer. Let's just see where they're putting the SG this time. I'm just waiting.
The same place, just because the idea
standard
was just to move it backwards when you do. I mean, that last push there, respect for Randa is a simple way to put it. No, I mean, obviously it's his job to get the medic down, and you should always criticise him if they don't manage to do that. But he saw the heavy, he looked at the heavy as he primed his first sticky to fly over for the medic. He didn't shoot it up there. Most MMM would have seen the first target, thought, hey, I can't see the enemy medic, but there's a heavy shooting at me, so I'll fire my crit stick at them. He didn't do that. He fired it in between the towers, and he didn't actually connect with the medic there, but he did connect with a soldier with that first sticky. And then that also meant that he was in a good position to trap Dunc in between two crit stickies and take him down. So that pretty much won it for them. I mean, Greg was doing his best as a pyro, but that was about it. So anyway, what's the time? It was about 6 minutes 50 something that they need to beat. The SG is on a different location. It's on the ramp this time, but again, it's just in that position to stop suiciding soldiers coming from the spawn.
Yeah, Infused, again, just not running anything out of the ordinary. Dunc's actually up with them this time, so we're probably going to see a C to B push after they get this. No, they're going through the tunnel, sorry, I eat my words, they're going through the tunnel. I wouldn't have expected that, I thought they were going to go up top. I'm still interested why Quad didn't call that other round earlier where Dunc got taken down. Never mind, it's too late now. In the end, they did hold him as long as they could. Is that Stefan takes down Greg. SG in a different position on the far left hand side has been called. NG doesn't keep it up, quite a big loss there, so Knox went down in the process as well from the spam fire. Is he going to try and come round? Yes he is, so numlocked coming round on support. Uber has been triggered by both teams, so here we go. This is going to be the first time they've met on this point this round. Again, it seems a lot of death matching going on at the moment. It's really hard to keep track of everything. Both teams really playing quite passively. Both medics with their demos, both sitting on the top right corner. There's a scout onto the medic over in the top right corner. He gets taken down. That's quad unlucky.
Scout on the other medic actually. Dunc's really weak. He gets taken down. Schocky pretty much danced around the entire team then and managed to take down Dunc. Dunc's going to be furious about that. And in fact, he still comes in again. Managed to take down Flisko and helps assist to take down numlocked as well. So Epsilon are going to manage to hold on this point, but
5 minutes left.
Indeed. There was just one thing about the SG. Scout came in, didn't manage to get anyone. That was Greg, by the way. About the SG, I think there's two ways to really play with the SG. You've got one of which is you put the SG out front and hopefully force out the Uber and then keep yours, or the other one is put the SG at the back, use your Uber so that they don't have an Uber when they need to chase your players down and they've got to deal with an SG. In that case it was just out front and they didn't even manage to force the Uber, so it just pretty much died to some well coordinated spam. Anyway, in they go again, Infused, pushing into point, taking down Gear and wltrs already. The Uber has been popped and Dunc actually goes down in the process. So now we do have Greg just behind F2, takes him down. Greg with a couple of shots on him. So both medics are down at the moment, but there's only Knox alive. He's on top of the house at the moment, and Flisko takes care of him. So Epsilon...
They're going to get B. They're going to get B, though. The Infused have come out on top. That deathmatch again, they're going to get B. Trying to get a lot of time on point. Not a good game just yet, my friend. There's still 3 minutes and 50 seconds left for Epsilon to hold this. This is going to be quite close, though. It'd be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Sticky traps are going in. So let's have a look at these Ubers. Actually, yeah, they're basically the same. They're basically the same. Unless one of them is decided to run crits, which they haven't, as he flicks around every single player apart from the medics, it seems. Nothing really. I'm just trying to think what Infused are probably going to think about doing here. Looks like they're just going to go for the standard, what they have been trying to do all along, which is just from A to through to C. It is probably opens up the game a little bit more, going that route. purely because it's just no spam points so close to each other. There's a couple of choices that could be there in front of you. Either way, so they're going to go, I was going to call right from the defensive point of view again, but they're going to go middle this time. Let's see if anyone can jump up. Uber has been triggered early. They're going to have to put some stickies up onto that heavy, who falls back into the tower straight away. There's a scout onto him, there's a soldier onto him. They have now Ubered Epsilon. And Infused going to fall back for the recycle if they can keep some of their players alive. They haven't at the moment. Not so important because of the spawn times, but just not really effective on that push. I mean, Heavy's taken a lot of fire up there. Soldier's going to go up and rocket him as well. He's so weak. Walters is really, really weak.
He's managing to escape as well.
Yeah, he's escaped, and Mike in the end went after him and he got taken down.
Yeah, I think I'd see kind of the problem with Infused pushes on here. They're sending their players in and retreating half of their players. Basically, you have to send your players quite far forward to deal any damage, but the medic's still staying around the doorway with the demo man. So all that's meaning is while the demo man can spam on top of the point, there's only a heavy sitting up there, and the rest of the team pretty much just gets annihilated. I think they really need to send their medic in as well and just commit to the push and actually get their players healed as they're in there fighting, because all of the Epsilon players are normally behind the house near their spawn, and anyone who's jumping in, it's just, you know, they've got their overheal and that's it.
Yeah, so here we go. So it's going to be one of their last few chances now. So after this, they're probably going to have to go to crits after this push if this does not work. Right corner, and Uber triggered, and Mike went down really early. And it's a bit of a big loss for Infused. It looks like they're falling back straight away. They're not going to come out of that choke point. They need to switch it up straight away if they're going to do this. 1 minute, just over 1 minute left now. Numlocked, still alive, being healed by Dunc at the moment.
They're going to go for one more push.
Yeah, they're going to go for one more.
Actually,
they're keep them alive.
They're heading in now because they have got at least one of the soldiers down. 60 seconds, and they've got their demo man up on the point with a soldier. Demo man of Numlocked is Randa was jumping up to try and deal with it. He's dealt with the soldier. There's still a scout up there and the medic, but no, they've managed to take it. Infused have just somehow out of nowhere pushed with a non-Uber push and managed to take over C, and the GGs are being exchanged right now. The one push they needed to get right, they got it right.
Yeah, that was well played actually. They held off. Probably lost it where a couple of soldiers went down, so that does mean it's gonna be well, one map apiece really. One of them was Golden Cap as well, so there's I
imagine this would be considered a Golden Cap, wouldn't it? So
so that means Infused came out on points?
Yeah, Infused would have got 3 points. Yeah, 4 points, sorry, against the one. Oh, you do the math. 2.
So what? Yeah, 2 because they won Golden Cap, right?
Yeah.
So there we go then. So you have been watching and listening to VanillaTV with Arx and Beta, comedian doing the stream. Shout out to everyone at VanillaTV for doing all the work you do, and hopefully you'll hear from us soon. And thank you for watching, and good night.
Good night.